man, we back. Hey, man, we about to watch my boy Grant Cardone on having no emergency savings. I don't need any service. Stay broke. But he's this dude right here, multi-millionaire. I seen a couple of his little videos and stuff, but he be giving people.
You listed out all the reasons. Why the middle class is shrinking.
I hit that like button, man. You had the subscribe button, man.
You said household incomes of the middle class can't keep up with those the upper income. We talked about interest rates.
Yeah.
You said the middle class has the majority of their net worth tied up in the equity of their home, which is but that's kind of been the case. Usually most families' biggest investment is the home they live in. That's been historically the case.
Yeah. Or cash, or a retirement account, or some combination.
Yeah.
All of which have scammed the American people.
There's inflation, of course. We talked about that. There's taxes, and
which the middle class pays all the taxes in this country.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. You giving nigga the game?
Dollar getting devalued.
Now listen up.
We've seen that with inflation.
Well, the dollar didn't get devalued. What it buys.
Well, yeah, which is
it buys is because the $100 bill still says 100 on it. See, this is the big scam right here. Okay, the big scam is this $100. When were you born? What year?
What was that?
What year were you born?
73.
So in 1973, this said 100 on it.
Yeah.
It says 1973 down here, right?
Yeah.
Full faith in the U.S. government and God we trust. It says the same bullshit. If this was a 1973 bill, okay, printed in the year you were born, what would it say on it today?
100. Oh, it'd be way less.
No, but what would it say on it? It would still say, right here, it would say what?
$100.
Exactly. It should say 11.
Right, because it's worth 10% of what it used to be.
That's where the scam took place, right there.
Right. Now, you said interest rates paid on a checking and savings account are the lowest level.
Because if it said 11, if they had to change the value of it every time, you wouldn't keep cash.
Well, I mean, certain countries have to do that. They have to take a zero away from their currency and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right.
It happens. Now, you said interest rates paid on checking and savings accounts have been the lowest level for decades, with today's average still being at 0.1%.
Yeah.
That is true. But now, because of the high interest rates, you have savings accounts like Apple where you can get like 4.5%.
Yeah.
I have some of my money in there myself.
Average checking account or savings account in America, paid to the average middle class family in America, is 0.1% today.
Right, and that's true. But
So
I'm
the
saying
fact
that you
that
have
it's
the
available-
option to put your money into a high interest.
The fact-
anyone could do it. Anyone can get an Apple savings account.
Okay, for what? They got fucking $12 they earn 4% on. This is ridiculous. I cannot believe you're defending this position. You sound like an elitist, Vlad. What happened to you, bro? I thought you were for the people. I'm supposed to be the elitist. I'm supposed to be the guy that doesn't understand. So if a guy has, let's say his average savings account has $800 in it and he earns 4% on fucking Apple.
Listen, $800 is not going to help you in any situation. You can't make $800 turning into anything significant in any business.
Let's talk about averages. The average American in America today is paid 0.1%. 1.1, not 1%. 0.1% interest rate annually.
Because they're keeping their money in the
checking account. If they can get a
account.
mortgage, it's going to be 7, 8, or 9 if they qualify.
Correct.
Okay, they can't get a business loan today.
Right.
They could cross their fingers and hope that Biden forgives them for their college debt if they were stupid enough to go to college.
I disagree. I went to college.
He's a was
How does it help you?
Immensely.
What you've said for the last 15 minutes proves that a college degree is not
I have a computer science degree from UC Berkeley.
But you're not using it.
I'm using it every day in my business.
How?
Because Vlad TV is as much of a tech company as it is
You're talking
a content company.
Okay,
the back end cost me $1 million to put together.
Go ahead.
What we could do with a small staff is what a big company could do.
But you could do that today with AI and not ever have to go to college.
Listen, you can and you can't. You can and you can't.
Okay.
I mean, it's conceptually an interesting idea, but you still need programmers and you still need technical expertise.
When's the last time you programmed anything?
Oh, I don't program anything, but I have a programmer that I work with every day.
Right.
I haven't coded in decades, but what I'm saying is I know how to architect software.
Okay. Hey, I went to college, man.
Yeah.
I went to college. I got an accounting degree.
Depends on your major. Certain majors are more useful than others.
Nobody's ever asked me whether I graduated or not.
Well, when's the last time you applied for a job?
Well, more importantly, when's the last time I applied for some debt? $2 billion worth of debt. Nobody's ever asked me. No bank's ever asked me.
College degree has nothing to do with a loan.
So what? Well, you just told me what? I don't need to get rich in America. I do not need a college degree. They're not going to even ask me. Facebook and Google all came out and said you do not need a college degree to work here anymore.
Okay, doesn't hurt. It usually helps.
Okay.
People with a college degree make
over
$1 million more on average than someone without a college degree.
It helps put people in debt, Vlad.
Exactly.
Agree to disagree. Depends on the college. Nobody that goes to Harvard or Yale or Princeton complains about their college debt.
Yeah,
not Stanford, Berkeley. Nobody complains about
you, bro?
Nobody complains about
their college
debt. Now, if you go to Heald community, if you go to Heald College,
like most people do, by the way.
Okay. If you go to one of those colleges, if you go to like a regular unknown state school, then yes.
How many people qualify to go to Harvard, Yale, MIT, or UCLA?
Hey, listen.
That's a question.
How many?
Really
but how many?
Not that many.
Exactly. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about people. Well, how many people who get like computer science degrees or go to med school or whatever else, they don't complain about their college debt.
Okay.
It's all about, I think you have to teach it more, approach it more about learning a craft as opposed to just getting a degree. Having a history degree from any college is relatively useless. Having an art history degree, relatively useless unless you're going into the art world and that's all you want to do in life. But having a computer science degree, having a biology degree, having a mathematics degree.
Bro, this a whole new day of time right now, bro. You don't need none of this stuff, man. You got these people, they got people making hundreds of thousands on social media. Like, this is a different day of time. And like you said, shit, you could use AI. With the AI shit going on now, it's just so much opportunity and so much in abundance. Like, you don't need a degree. Like you said, when y'all go to the bank, man, them niggas ain't asking me about no damn degree. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, Vlad, that nigga, he been around long enough. He should know. Like,
that will get you in the door in a lot of places. You're disagreeing with me.
100%.
Okay.
Exactly. I disagree
It's $1.6 trillion worth of college debt.
Yeah.
Okay. America is suffering, man. The average person is fucking buried right now. I have 15,000 families that rent from me. Like, I have numbers on enough people to know whether they're paying $1,800 a month, $2,000 a month, $1,500 a month, $2,200 a month. These are real families, man. Not some headline by Bloomberg or CNBC feeding you some bullshit about, oh, you got to have a higher education. You know how long they've been feeding that bullshit to the black and brown community? Your only chance is a higher education. By the way, we'll give you the loan for free. You can pay us back one day when you get a job. Fucking talk about slavery. Modern.
That's real, though, what he's saying.
$1.6 trillion worth of debt, and I wasted 4 or 5 years of my life. 46% of all people that enter college are not out at 6 years. I'm sorry, 46% are still not out after 4 years. 64% are spending as much as 6 years if they finish to get a master's.
Yeah, I took 4.5 years.
I took 5.
I took 4.5 years.
Would you do it again? Today, 21st century, right now, AI is right around the corner. Would you go to college today?
100%.
You would?
100%. If I was 18 again, yeah, 100%. I mean, at 50, I wouldn't go, but yeah, at 18, 100%. Yeah, I mean, learning how to learn is a big deal. Being around people who are all exceptional, learning,
what's happening on the campuses this week?
Yeah, it's a mess.
You want to be around that?
Not around that, but that's not happening everywhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you said 10 things you would never do again.
Okay.
College is number 1.
Yeah, I did. See, I'm consistent.
Emergency savings.
Yeah.
You have no emergency savings?
I mean, look, no, not really. I don't need any.
I mean, at this point in your life, you don't need any. But I'm saying,
I know.
If you were an average person,
because I am an average person.
No, you are not.
100%.
You are not the average American by any stretch of the imagination.
1,000%. I came from nothing, dude. Like everything I've done, I'm not a coder. I'm not a fucking podcaster, a famous podcaster that spends time with what's your guy's name that talked about you on Saturday Night Live?
Seinfeld.
Yeah, Seinfeld. Like, I don't have that kind of street cred, so I don't need emergency savings. This was another bank myth. You need 3 months of savings in case of the big emergency. Dude, if you have an emergency, you need to go to work. You need to go hustle. Is what you need to do.
In 2022,
savers stay broke, bro.
In 2022, the median net worth of the average American is $193,000.
Yes. How much of that is equity in their home? Counted as equity in their home?
Not sure. Well, probably a good, nice chunk.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be. Equity in a home should never be considered as a net worth number.
But you could take a second mortgage on it.
It shouldn't be considered. It doesn't matter. You need a place to live.
But you could take a second mortgage and still live in the same place.
What's the point? It's a place you live. It'd be like me counting.
I would never do that.
It'd be like me counting my refrigerator on my net worth statement.
Your net worth, if you own your house outright, then that's part of your net worth.
No. I need a place to live.
Right.
It should not be considered with an accounting degree in my background, in my pedigree. Okay? The value of your home should not be considered as a net worth item because one, it doesn't produce income. Two, it's a liability because you're paying property taxes. You probably have debt on it.
Okay? 1% property tax, yeah.
No,
usually
2% in Florida. Okay?
1 to 2%.
It's enormous, but you're going to pay
1% out here.
Vlad, you're going to pay 30 years. That's 30%.
But that's what I'm saying, nigga. What the fuck?
Pay 1% out here.
Vlad, you're going to pay 30 years. That's 30%. It's not 1%. It's 30%, and it goes up every year.
Exactly.
30% of the total price of the house over 30 years. I mean, that's a little different.
You don't pay it 1 year.
Well, you pay it every year. Property taxes get paid every year based on the price of the house.
If you keep the house 30 years, what was it?
30%.
Exactly. Okay. What was the maintenance? Another 1%. Average maintenance on a home today is 1% a year. That's another 30%.
Right.
Taxes when you bought it. Let's just do broker fees when you bought it.
6%.
Somebody took 6 on the front. Somebody took 6 on the back.
3% on the front, 3% on the back.
No, it's 6, dude.
No.
It's 6, bro.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about? You paid 6 points on your. It's 6.
The buying agent gets 3, and the selling agent gets 3. You're saying it's 6. 6 total. You said that. You said 6 and 6.
No. I said 6 total. 6 total. 6 on the front.
Oh, when you sell it. Yeah, right.
6 on the back when you sell it.
Got it.
Now, so if it's $100,000, you paid $6,000 in fees. That is not any value to the user of the home.
Right.
And 6% when you go to sell. So now you're at 6. You're at 1 plus 1. Your property taxes. That's 8 times 30 is 240%. You'd have to make 240% if I did the math right. No. Yeah, that's right. 240%. If you kept the house 30 years to break even, and you haven't paid interest on a loan yet, which today would be 7.5%, for another 30 years, which is 230%. So you have to make 400% on a house for 30 years to ever break even.
Yeah, no, listen, I've never thought a house was a good investment.
Yeah,
we talked about this early on.
If it's not a good investment,
it's just a place to live.
It's not liquid.
Yes.
Does it belong in your personal net worth?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, man. You already know. That shit on, a house is, a liability if anybody don't know. Why it's taking money from you, So, if you ain't making money while you sleeping, shit, it's a liability. A car, liability. A lot of these things that have been taught in American Dream as assets and stuff like that is straight liabilities and stuff. Like he said, it could be a 1% interest rate, but 30 years pass, you pay them on 30%, and then when you add in all the different other stuff, look how much the percentage is. So this is how the system is. Even savings and shit, people be, let me save every dollar I got, and then it's like when you look at the dollar and look at what it's worth, the dollar ain't worth shit. You know what I'm saying? This is about the dollar is done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even with the school debt and all that, that's how the shit still functioning anyway. The system offers school debt right now. You know what I'm saying? So all that, you gotta go to school and you gotta do this. That was taught by the system. We all been taught, get a good job, go to school, So yeah, man, he giving game. He big into the real estate game and all that stuff. But he giving game, man. Definitely, it's a lot of ins and outs in the system, especially once you start learning, more about the credit and about the the debt and how you could utilize your debt on certain levels. And yeah, man. So yeah, Y'all leave a comment, man. Y'all let me know how y'all like this video. You know, it's a little different video, but you know, a little learning in it. So yeah, man, y'all leave a comment. Y'all hit the like button. Y'all hit the subscribe button. And yeah, we be back. Ow.